Imagine you are standing in your living room, calling out a name that you've spoken with endearment 1,000 times. You see your cat sitting just a few feet away, bathed in a pool of afternoon sunlight. Their ears might twitch almost imperceptibly, or the very tip of their tail might give a solitary rhythmic flick, but otherwise, there is nothing. No movement, no head turn, not even a glance in your direction. It is a scene that plays out in millions of homes every day, a moment where you feel like a ghost in your own house, invisible to the creature you cherish most. We often laugh it off, labeling cats as arrogant, aloof, or simply too independent to care. We compare them to dogs, who offer a frantic, tail-wagging explosion of joy at the mere sound of our voice, and we assume that our cat's silence is a lack of affection. But as you stand there in that quiet room, a subtle sense of mystery begins to take hold. Is it possible that ignoring you isn't a sign of indifference, but rather a complex psychological signal of something much deeper? There is a hidden narrative unfolding in that silence, a narrative that reaches back thousands of years into the heart of the feline-human bond. You might think your cat is being stubborn or moody, but in the secret world of feline communication, their refusal to look at you is actually a deliberate choice, a choice that carries a weight most owners never truly perceive. Something profound is happening in those moments of stillness, a silent dialogue that is about to be revealed. The real reason your cat ignores you isn't what you think, and once the loop is opened, you will realize that their silence is actually one of the most powerful confessions of love they can possibly give. It begins with the fundamental concept of psychological safety, a biological state that is the bedrock of a cat's existence. To understand why your cat ignores your call, we have to look at the world through the eyes of a creature that is both a predator and a prey animal. In the wild, every sound and every movement requires a high-definition response. To ignore a noise is to risk everything. What many people don't realize is that when your cat refuses to turn their head at the sound of your voice, they are performing a high-level assessment of your relationship. They have identified your voice, cataloged it as safe, and decided that you do not represent a threat or a demand. By ignoring you, they are actually telling you that they trust you so completely that they don't feel the need to remain on high alert in your presence. It is a radical act of relaxation. They are giving you the greatest gift a prey animal can offer, their total, unbothered peace. But that is only part of the story, because the feline brain operates on a frequency of selective attention that is far more sophisticated than we give it credit for. Unlike humans, who often feel a social obligation to respond when spoken to, cats do not possess a social ego. They do not feel the need to perform for the sake of politeness. Here's the surprising part. Studies have shown that cats recognize their owners' voices with startling accuracy, even among a crowd of strangers. When they ignore you, it isn't because they didn't hear you. It's because they've processed the information and concluded that the current state of being is more valuable than the act of doing. They are inviting you to share in their stillness. They aren't shutting you out, they are welcoming you into a shared moment of existing without the need for constant, frantic validation. What many owners fail to notice is the subtle language of the invisible thread. In a cat's world, proximity is often a more powerful communicator than direct eye contact. You might notice that while your cat ignores your voice, they tend to settle in the same room as you, or perhaps they follow you from a distance, always staying within your aura. This is a behavior known as passive affection. For a cat, simply being in your space is a profound social activity. They don't feel the need to look at you because they are already with you in a way that transcends visual confirmation. They are tethered to you by a scent and a presence that requires no outward display. When you feel ignored, you are actually being accompanied in the most feline way possible. And sometimes it goes even deeper into the concept of eye contact as conflict. In the predatory world, a direct, unblinking stare is almost always a challenge or a threat. When your cat looks away or keeps their eyes closed while you speak to them, they are intentionally de-escalating the energy of the room. They are signaling that there is no conflict between you. What many people don't realize is that by not looking at you, your cat is practicing social politeness. They are showing you that they are so comfortable, so secure in your bond, that they don't need to stare you down to understand your intent. It is a quiet, rhythmic dance of trust. They are looking away so that you can both feel safe in the shared gaze of the home. But the real reason might be found in the energy economy of a creature designed for the hunt. Cats are masters of biological waiting. They spend their days storing energy for the 5 minutes of intense activity they might need for survival. Every time they respond to a call, they are spending a tiny piece of that stored vitality. When they ignore you, they are often protecting their own internal balance. But the real reason this happens more with their favorite humans is because they know you aren't going anywhere. They don't feel the anxiety of the unknown that they might feel with a stranger. They ignore you because you are a permanent, stable fixture in their universe. It is a paradoxical compliment. They ignore you because you are the one person they never have to worry about losing. What many people don't realize is that ignoring can also be a form of emotional mirroring. Cats are incredibly sensitive to the emotional frequency of the house. If you are calling them with a sense of urgency, stress, or even just a desire for a performance, they may sense that energy and choose to remain still to balance the room. They are acting as a psychological anchor. They are refusing to join in the frantic pace of human life, offering instead a stationary point of calm. They aren't being difficult, they are being a sanctuary. They are holding the space for you to slow down, to breathe, and to realize that not every call needs an answer, and not every moment needs a reaction. As you begin to piece together these silent signals, the feeling of being brushed off begins to dissolve. You start to see the stillness of your cat not as a wall, but as an open door. The shift from "my cat doesn't care" to "my cat feels safe" is a quiet but powerful transformation. You realize that your cat's indifference is actually a reflection of the incredible environment you've built for them. You have created a home so secure that a tiny predator can afford to close its eyes while its name is called. You have become a source of such absolute stability that you no longer require a response to prove your existence. This realization brings a new kind of emotional buildup to the way you look at your pet. You find yourself standing in that living room again, calling their name, and when they don't look, you find yourself smiling. You realize that the silence is a bridge. It is a sign of a bond that has moved beyond the need for tricks or cues. It is the comfort of an old friendship where you can sit in a room together for hours without saying a word and yet feel completely understood. Your cat isn't ignoring you. They are resting in the shadow of your love. Reflecting on everything we've discussed, it becomes clear that the feline cold shoulder is actually a warm embrace of trust. We spend so much of our time wanting our pets to act like us, to be social, to be vocal, to be active in their love. But a cat offers a different kind of devotion, one that is rooted in the quiet, the still, and the unseen. Reframe the original behavior in your mind. The next time your cat ignores you, don't see it as a rejection, see it as a seal of approval. You have passed the test. You have become so trusted that you are now part of the background of their peace. The ending is a quiet realization. Being ignored by a cat is a privilege that only the most trusted humans ever earn. It means you have successfully created a world where a creature born of the wild can finally, truly relax. You are the guardian of their silence. You are the reason they can afford to look at the sun instead of looking at you. It is a calm, powerful realization that changes the very air of your home. You aren't just an owner. You are a partner in a masterpiece of stillness. As you go about your day, perhaps you'll find yourself seeking out that same sense of quiet. You'll look at your cat, still sitting in that same pool of light, and you'll feel a sense of profound gratitude. You realize that the real reason they ignore you is because you have given them everything they need. You have provided a life so complete that they can simply be. And in that shared silence, as the world continues its frantic pace outside, you realize that the most beautiful conversations are the ones where not a single word is said. It is a soft, steady reminder that love doesn't always need a megaphone. Sometimes it is found in the twitch of an ear, the stillness of a body, and the quiet confidence of a heart that knows you are there, even when the eyes are closed. By learning why they ignore you, you've given your cat a home where their silence is finally, truly honored. And in that realization, you find a sense of connection that is as deep as it is silent, a bond that is, quite simply, the greatest secret of all. You are finally speaking their language. And in that language, silence is the most beautiful word of all.